All right, ladies and gentlemen, a week ago, Valve, the creators of Steam, the platform that distributes video games on PC, the biggest distributor of gaming software on PC, as well as the Steam Deck, the wildly popular Steam Deck, which, by the way, I've been looking on Facebook at Steam Decks. I found one for $95. It's a lot of them listed for $100, $150. I might get a used one. I'm looking. That's one of the benefits. There's pros and cons to living in one of the biggest cities in the United States. One of the pros is you can find a lot of stuff for cheap. But anyways, look on the Facebook Marketplace if you live in the LA County. You can find a lot of cheap ones. It's just a matter of making sure that shit works. But anyways, that's beside the point. The last week or 2 weeks ago, Steam announced that they are releasing their own hybrid PC gaming console that'll be customizable, called the Steam Machine. This will be the second iteration of the Steam Machine. For those who don't remember the first one, yeah, the OLEDs, who don't remember the first ones was basically like a license deal that Valve did, where they allowed a bunch of different manufacturers to create a Steam Machine, and they came in a bunch of different configurations, but in a console format, a small form factor. I think that failed just because it was kind of all over the place. They were doing too much. When it comes to console gaming, the best practice, I think, is uniform, releasing one product, keeping it simple, because the main reason people love console gaming is because it's simple. You plug it in and you play it, besides the fact that you now have to update a lot as well. But for the most part, it's plug and play still. Steam announced they're doing a second iteration of the Steam Machine, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're learning from the mistakes. It is a small form factor cube. If you haven't seen it, Steam Machine. This is what it looks like. Not that, that's the old one. This is what it looks like right here, the small cube. I actually think it's a gorgeous design. You'll be able to customize it with faceplate, so it'd be really cool if somebody came out with a GameCube design or whatever. They're coming out with a controller, and a lot of people were excited. They said it's 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. And then also it'll run on Steam OS, so it'll be built to just play games off of Steam like a traditional console experience. You boot it up, you just play games. But you'll also be able, if you want to boot into Windows by going into the settings, so you're able to customize it. It is a full-blown PC, but they've streamlined the process for those who don't care about a full-blown PC. A lot of us, including myself, got excited because this would be great. You know, I'm primarily a PC gamer, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't always want to sit at my desk. Sometimes I want to sit on the couch. I got a big 70-inch TV in my my living room. And sometimes a nigga want to play on that shit, especially because Big Ock, my dog, you know, he be getting all sad. You see him coming over here. So like sometimes it's just better for me to game on the couch so he can sit there and like we can hang out and shit like that and just like relax. Or maybe I just want to lay there and play the game. That's why I'm thinking about getting a Steam Deck as well. And a lot of people like to game like that. So a lot of us were excited about that. Like I could start a game here, I can stream it, and then if I want, now I wouldn't have to sit at my desk the entire time. Now I can go to my living room and continue to grind the game and then pick it up where I'm at when I start streaming. Cool, right? And then also emulators. That I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be fire in the living room. It was, but the thing about the Steam Machine that had a lot of people excited is we all assumed, based off its design and what they initially said when they announced it, because they announced that it was going to be competitively priced, that it was going to be a nice price to performance type machine. It wasn't supposed to be high tier. It was going to be a mid-tier PC somewhere in the middle. And then there are rumors that, this hasn't been confirmed, but there are rumors floating around that it takes $425 to build it all together, the parts. So in my head, I'm thinking if Valve is not being greedy, it only takes $425 to build this thing for all the parts. They could charge $500, $599, $600, like somewhere in that range. I think that's a sweet spot for what they're offering, considering they're claiming that it's going to be able to do 4K 60 FPS on a lot of different games, right? That was the reason we were excited. It was a nice price to performance machine where you didn't have to cut a lot of different things that you didn't want. And it was on the couch, and you're going to get that Steam experience with the free online and the cheap games. We were excited, but here on this stream, you know, I like to be fair. Some news came out this weekend that made a nigga go. I said, oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah. Even I am considering getting one of these as a second PC to put in my living room, but it needs to be priced correctly, because I said there is a market out there that wants to get into PC gaming, but they don't want to build a PC, but it's got to be priced correctly. News has come out, rumors. Maybe we misunderstood what competitively priced meant, because according to reports, the Steam Machine's price will be more in line with the current PC market, Valve says. My bad, this is not even a rumor, this is what Valve said. So originally they said that it was going to be competitive. Now they're saying more in line with the PC market. Valve has addressed the pricing for its recently announced hybrid PC, the Steam Machine. Also, another red flag, they didn't reveal the price, obviously, during the reveal of this. Earlier this month, Valve revealed its new gaming hardware, including the Steam Machine, a console PC hybrid, which will be able to run PC games on a television or a normal gaming computer. But while we've seen what the gear looks like, Valve refrained from offering any guidance on its pricing. Valve's Lawrence Yang and Pierre-Loup Griffiths, I think, have now addressed this question. Neither have disclosed the exact price, but they have said that the Steam Machine will be more in line with what you might expect from the current PC market. The Valve duo were guests on the Friends Per Second podcast when the topic came up. I think that if you build a PC from parts and get it to the same level of performance, that's the general price window we aim to be at, they said. Ideally, we would be pretty competitive with that and have a pretty good deal, he continued, adding Valve was working on refining the pricing. Translation, they're not 100% sure what they want to price it, but they're leaning towards more of a higher, they're leaning more towards what you and I had in mind. Shout out to Superable Snow with the sub. I appreciate you. When further asked if the Steam Machine was going to be a subsidized device, the Valve developer said it's more in line with what you might expect from the current PC market. Again, saying the team wants to ensure it's a good deal for consumers in relation to its performance. Man, this is a crack of corporate bullshit, bruh. So if you're not following what they asked in the podcast when they said, is it going to be a subsidized device? They were asking what I was talking about last week. Are you willing to take a hit on this? I mean, they make, for those unaware, Valve Steam makes 30% of every sale on every video game on their platform. They have buku money, dog. They are not hurting for cash. On top of that, they're privately owned. Then you got the Steam Deck, which we know was selling like a motherfucker as well. And I think that's why they positioned the question that way. Are you going to subsidize it? Are you willing to sell it at a cheaper price where you might not make as much profit, but you'll be able to get into more homes? That's what they're asking. And they're saying, we want to give a good deal for consumers in relation to performance. Nigga, a good deal for me is as cheap as possible. What the fuck? A good deal is not we want to pay more. You know, you have features which are actually really hard to build if you're making your own gaming PC from parts, Griffiths further explained. Obviously, the small form factor, and I think the noise level that we achieved, or lack thereof, is really impressive. We're excited that people are going to find how quiet this thing is. Yeah, but how much does it cost? And let me add something more to this. So I've been doing more research on this Steam Machine, and I think it's important to be transparent. Before they drop the full price, I think many of you need to be aware of this. This Steam Machine will be capable of booting Windows if you want to, but you're going to have to go into the settings and install that. By default, it is going to run Steam OS. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. From my research, being that the Steam Machine is going to run on Steam OS, that means certain multiplayer games, AAA multiplayer games, an example probably being Battlefield 6, is not going to work on the Steam Machine because the anti-cheat system that they have is built specifically for Windows, and currently it does not work on Linux. For those unaware, SteamOS runs on Linux. Now, I would imagine if there's a wide adoption rate of the Steam Machine, game devs would eventually get it to work on the SteamOS. But out of the window, out of the box, some multiplayer games are not going to work. When I heard that, I'm like, I'm okay with that, because I would primarily be using it for a single player machine, you know, emulation and playing single player games. I don't really care too much about the multiplayer as long as it's priced right. But if it's not, that's even worse. Just download Windows. But you guys are missing the point, though. Yes, you will be able to download Windows, and I believe some people will do that. But the main appeal of the Steam Machine is it's for people that don't want to learn the technical know-how of building a PC and all of its intricacies. They just want to boot it up and play it. And I'm predicting it right now. Do not be surprised when the Steam Machine comes out. There are going to be people that go out there and buy it to play Battlefield 6 or Black Ops 7 or something like that, right? and then they're not able to boot the game up, and you're gonna see mad TikToks and YouTube videos of people, because this is one of those things, like, you have to do your research to know this about Linux. People are going to be pissed about this shit, and I can't co-sign that shit, especially for the price. And then now you're telling them, oh, well, now you got to install Windows onto it if you really want to do that. And yeah, some people will learn, but I'm telling you right now, the main reason people were excited about this is it was plug and play. Now we're talking about a large component of gaming. Multiplayer might not be accessible for some. And now you got to do X, Y, and Z. It's going to it defeats the purpose, is what I'm saying. It defeats the purpose. So you might be okay with doing a little hacking on your system, but the average person is not going to want to deal with that shit. That's the reason they bought it. Like, nigga, I bought this shit to plug and play. You telling me now I got to do X, Y, and Z to get on Battlefield 6 because the kernel on the Linux and the whatever. Like, imagine a nigga reading about that. The kernel on the Linux and the boot drive and the BIOS. Like, what the fuck? They're not going to want to deal with that shit. They're not going to want to deal with that shit. I'm just being 100% honest. The outrage would be pure content. It'll be funny, but it'll be real. I don't think this is for the folks that want to play COD, Battlefield, etc. They're already on PS5 and Xbox with the Game Pass. Yes, it is. I've seen it, talking about it in the stream. People said it firsthand. And like, when they first announced this a couple weeks ago, I seen mad TikToks of people saying like, yo, I literally, what I described on the stream, I've always wanted to get into PC gaming, but I was just scared to build a PC, or I don't want to learn how to build a PC, or I don't want to pay that high price tag for the PC. There is a market for this 100%. And there are going to be people that want to play Battlefield on this, not knowing what they're getting into. Unfortunately. So I've seen videos firsthand. He said, shit, I'm that market. See? Yeah, see? Some people want that simplicity, because I think you're underestimating the fact that Steam you don't have to pay for the online, and the games are cheaper. So you got somebody who wanted to get into PC gaming but didn't want to build the PC and don't want to buy an expensive pre-build. Now they have the Steam Machine option, and they're thinking, oh, I'm about to get the free online multiplayer, but then now I can't access it due to the anti-cheat not being compatible with Linux. Oh, that's going to piss some people off, because motherfuckers are not going to read. And to be fair, this is in a situation where it's like right in your face. You have to do your research, because I didn't know this at first. I found this out over the weekend watching videos about Steam machines from people who are smarter than me and who know more about PCs than me. My dad talked about getting a Steam machine, laughed my ass off. So, just some food for thought. They also said, but also some integration features like HDMI CC, being able to turn on your TV, turn off your TV. That's all hard to do. But more importantly, you could turn on the machine from your controller, which is not something that's straightforward depending on the kind of the PC you have. So being able to sit on your couch, press one button on your controller, and the whole thing lights up like you would expect that's in your living room. I think that's very valuable. There's not really a price point to that, because it's not something that exists in the PC market right now. I feel like that's gaslighting. There is something like that in the market. It's called a traditional console, like being able to sit down and just boot it up from your controller. There is a price point for that. $500, nigga. Closing, they said that there will be those among us who are perfectly happy to build a PC from scratch themselves. However, Valve's Steam Machine will be a nice baseline offering, letting users access some features which are really hard to get otherwise. In the same conversation, they said, added Valve may be open to developing a Steam Machine Pro down the line, but for now, it's staying focused on the Steam Machine's current level of specs, as it offers a good trade-off between the affordability and the level of power it provides. You can check out the full podcast here if you want to. I'll drop the link in the chat. This shit is 2 hours long. God damn. And they talking about making a pro. Like, what the hell would that cost, man? I feel like people who already have a beefy PC, want something casual for the living room, are going to be the main market, even if there isn't one who initially made it. I think those people will buy it, but it depends on the price. I'm not in the mood. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not in the mood to pay $1,000 for this. I'm not. It's not that I can't afford it. I'm not in the mood to afford it. I need this bid to be 500, bro. I need this bid to be. I think 700 max. 700 on the high end. If it's more than $700, I'm not buying it. And even still, I'm not gonna hold you. If it's on the high end for me, 700. I'm not getting it day one. I'm gonna have to save up a little bit, set some money aside, like a couple paychecks. Like, I can afford it, but I don't want to afford that shit. Like, that's it's too high for what they're offering. Because here's the thing you have to take into consideration, and this is why this story is kind of pissing me off. And it's surprising coming from Valve, this being this tone deaf, they've made it very clear that this is a mid-tier PC. This is not high end. If it's mid-tier coming out now, a year or two down the road, this shit's going to be obsolete. Not obsolete, but it's already going to be, you know, you might have to go into the settings and turn that bitch down from, you know, ultra to high or high to medium off rip. So then it's just going to turn into like an indie game machine. And like, that's not what I'm buying it for. But if you want me to be okay with letting go of some bells and whistles, I'm going to need y'all to bring that price down. And PCs are expensive right now too. Yeah, Ethos posted in the group chat today some Corsair DDR5 RAM on Amazon's going for $1,200 because the AI is driving up the price. These AI driven companies with these big ass data centers are buying up all the PC parts, which is driving up the price because there's a scarcity on that shit, man. It's like COVID back in 2020 when everybody and their mama was trying to be a streamer. That was one of the hardest time to build a PC. Everybody was stuck in the house. So I was like, I'm gonna start streaming. Nobody watched your stream. Like, you drove up the price for nothing. That's the part we don't talk about. I mean, if you got a gaming PC because you wanted to build one, I'm not talking about you. But everybody and their mama built a gaming PC so they can start a Twitch channel. We didn't watch your stream, okay? You ruined the price of the market. Like, I think 800 is good if it's better than 70% of Steam users' PCs. At that point, I think you should just build a PC. I mean, if you can afford an $800 small form factor PC, you might as well just put up the $1,000. That's another $200. You might as well put up the $1,000. That's what I'm saying. Like, once you get to like a certain price point, I feel like you got to go in a different direction. You might as well just save up that extra $200. That's why I say, like, if you can afford a $700 PS5 Pro, I don't want to hear nothing about how PC gaming is expensive. I don't want to fucking hear it. You're damn near teetering on a gaming PC. You add the controllers in, a couple games, that's $1,000. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, we ain't watching that shit. 800 could go towards upgrading your PC. Facts, bro. You can get the 50 series or some shit. True, I'm trying to reason with you. Yeah, I feel you. And let me get something straight. This news is disappointing to hear. I'm praying that the price is low. That's best case scenario. But if it is on the higher end of the price, I will say this much. I still think the Steam machine will be successful. I just don't know if it'll go mainstream. I think it'll be like the Steam Deck, where like the Steam Deck is successful amongst like hardcore gamers, but it's not like, I want you to think about like going to like a convention or being out in public. If you're out in public, it's nothing to see a kid with an iPad or a kid with a Switch. I see that on the daily. You don't see Steam Decks on the daily, to be 100% honest. You might see a Steam Deck maybe once a week. Depending on if you take public transportation, it's just not as common, but it'll be successful, but not to the range in which I feel like this has the potential to take Steam to a whole nother level. It's gonna have an audience, just not, I don't think the mainstream. The Steam Deck, not like the Switch 2. It can't be because it only has 8 gigabytes of RAM. If they make it anything above 700, they don't want to crack into that market. I feel that. It'll be interesting to see how this plays. I was mad when I read those. Like, this is unfortunate. Some people see them with both. Oh, you rich. It can't be too cheap since it's a PC. Companies will just buy in bulk for cheap and never use it for games. It can be subsidized like other consoles. Yeah, but I think they're gonna make enough. When I bring my Steam Deck to work, people don't know what the fuck it is. See? They don't know what it is. I was about to say, I'm curious to see when they announce the price. Will the pre-orders be locked in like day one? Will like they sell out? Because I remember when they announced the Steam Deck, it took like a couple days before like it sold out. I'm not gonna lie, I see like the 4 to 5 people every day with a Steam Deck, and I'm shocked because I really didn't know it had motion like that. Do you ride the train or like the bus? I feel like if you take public transportation, you're more inclined to see those things. Or do you catch flights a lot? Like somebody in the airport or something like that. I'm thinking about getting a Steam Deck, but I don't want to pay full price for it. That's why I was on Facebook Marketplace. Lay in the bed and play games, like booted up. I was like, damn, I was laying in the bed. I was like, man, I wanted to play Ninja Gaiden, but I don't feel like getting up. That's why I'm interested in this. I don't want to be sitting up all the goddamn time, man. Like sometimes I just want to lay down and be lazy. I'm old. I got a Steam Deck OLED. They're on sale right now. For how much? The LCDs are on sale right now for $310. Nah, that's too rich for my blood. Because I don't know how much I'm going to use it too. I like that price point of a used one for 100. I saw OLEDs for 100. I seen a 1 terabyte for 150 OLED. I was like, and that's another chat. It's another chat. Yo, shout out to Senor with the sub. Shout out to Ron with the sub. Shout out to everybody subbing. Hey, the Twitch chat going crazy with the subs. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? Don't let them outshine you. 100, 150. Yeah, I'm being honest. If you live in LA, look on Facebook Marketplace. It's a lot of listings. Like I seen one dude, he said, I'm moving. He's like, I just got to get rid of it. It was a lot within a 10-mile radius of me. 150 sounds like, but the thing is, you got to meet up in a neutral spot, test it out, be like, you mind if I, play a game on here real quick? Let me just try it out for 5 minutes, make sure it worked, bro. Not gonna lie, FGC needs this to be successful. What, they don't like playing fighting games on console at like events? Is that what you're saying? Like this would be better? Meet up in a Starbucks or a public place? Of course. Let's see. In other news, speaking of disappointment, I love my Steam Deck. I'm playing Kingdom. It runs Kingdom Come 2 on there? That's surprising. Speaking of disappointment, Roblox CEO is back in the headlines. Roblox CEO thinks adding gambling is a brilliant idea and calls its predator problem an opportunity? I gotta hit that again. Just nasty work, man. As a journalist, if an interview is going well or not, I've had stinkers. Usually the ones where you're asking awkward questions that the interviewee would prefer not to answer, prompting them to deflect with varying success. But none have been as wild as the New York Times Hard Frost podcast, where host Casey Newton and Kevin Rose sat down with Roblox CEO to discuss the platform's new age verification policy. Not only does the CEO get audibly frustrated by the line of questioning he was briefed on, but he also leads the host on some interesting tangents about AI moderation and his excitement about the prospect of introducing gambling to Roblox. Friendly reminder, the average Roblox player is like fucking 8 years old. Yes, really. Roblox may be one of the biggest, most popular gaming platforms around, but it's not without its problems. Newton kicks off the interview by asking about the platform's ongoing issues with child predators. For those who don't know, Roblox is currently facing a lawsuit in Texas for putting pedophiles and profits over the safety of Texas children, and has been accused of similar transgressions in the past. This comes shortly after watchdog group Common Sense Media said that children are vulnerable to inappropriate content on the platform, including sexual, racist, homophobic, and anti-Semitic images or games. Reports also suggest that it's adding virtual dating features for over 21s. The CEO sees it differently, though. We think of it not necessarily just as a problem, but as an opportunity as well. He says on the podcast, how do we allow young people to build, communicate, and hang out together? This is a crazy word. So, hey, there's a lot of pedophiles on your platform. What are you going to do about that? Well, this is an opportunity for us. Say it with me, guys. What's the biggest problem in gaming? Capitalism. Their brain is only focused on making a fucking dollar. They don't even understand what the fuck they're saying, bruh. He does eventually get around to Roblox's progression on moderation, and he explains that the platform will use AI to moderate text as well as facial age estimation to guess users' ages. Translation, they will be collecting data on your children. If you're not following what this means, they're saying one of the ways they're going to try to handle predators is if your kid wants to play the game, they're going to have to hold their phone or their iPhone or iPad up to their face, and it's going to scan their face, put them in the database, and then it's going to guess how old they are. And based off of that, it'll put you in a certain section of the community that's like probably 13 and under or some shit like that. Which, I think there's good intention there, but me personally, if I had children, you're banned from playing Roblox, because not only are there mad predators, but then you want to collect my child's face and data? Nah, there's too many quality games out there, and this could really go left. This could go, because you don't know, they're storing this in their data centers. You don't know what they're doing with that data. They say they're using it for protection. We don't know. You don't know what the fuck they're doing. This will work in conjunction with Roblox's existing checks, which takes the form of behavioral signals, photo ID upload signals, and user-suggested age. The CEO also knows that the platform has very, very good text filters, and the fact that it doesn't allow image sharing helps keep children safe. Yeah, nah, my kids wouldn't be playing that shit. Yeah, there's the new Kirby. I heard the new Kirby Air Riders is fire on the Switch too. Y'all little niggas can play that shit, bruh. Y'all can go play Minecraft or something. I don't know. It's too many games. One major problem is older players bypassing filters through codes and encouraging young players to migrate to others unmoderated platforms like Discord. Therefore, the CEO says that keeping Roblox players on Roblox is one of the primary things the company is trying to achieve. He says the right thing is this part, but never concedes that there is any problem with predators on Roblox. He even goes as far as to say, I think we're doing an incredible job at innovating relative to the number of people on our platform and in the hours. You know how, like, out of touch you have to be asked, hey man, there's mad pedophiles on your platform. I don't feel comfortable letting my kid play on there. What are you going to do about that? And they say, I think we're doing an incredible job at innovating on new like, the fact that you have to innovate to tackle this issue means that you have a problem. For those unaware, one of the fastest ways to progress technology in human history has been war. That's where you see the biggest jumps in technology. There is a war on pedophiles in fucking Roblox. And this nigga just admitted it because he has to innovate on all these different tools in order to combat that. That means you have a problem. So why don't you show a little bit of empathy instead of saying, that's a gambling, this is gonna be great, man. This is gonna be fun. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You have a fucking problem. Yeah, and this is why I keep covering this shit, man. I'm not gonna read the rest of this. This shit is gross. Keep your fucking kids off Roblox, and if you do let them play, pay attention to what the fuck they're doing, bro. Who they talking to? It's not a joke. What's the top 5 games with these pedos? Roblox, Minecraft, Pokemon, Smash Bros. The 5th is interchangeable. Put what you want. I put the Sonic community. You niggas is weird, man. But if you want to go with something else, you can. Zelda. Nah, nigga, I don't know about that. What are you talking about, bro? You just don't like Zelda. Don't say that. Like, Zelda? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, shit. Going to have to watch them for having a Discord, too. Nasty work, bruh. Just shows you where the CEO's head is at, which, friendly reminder, the CEO was at the inauguration, and the current president of the United States, as well as a bunch of other people were in that room. The current president of the United States currently has some crazy allegations against himself involving pedo shit in them Epstein files. The CEO of Roblox was at the inauguration. He has a pedo problem on his platform. Birds of a feather fly. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it looks a little weird. There's a little weird, some weird shit going on in the United States. Birds of a feather flock together. This is some weird shit. Lock them up. What is it? Lock them up. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying allegedly is weird. Dang it. Lock them up. I'm a Sonic fan. Don't put that on my body. I'm not saying every Sonic fan, every Pokemon fan is a pedo. That's not what I'm saying. Hey, that's why I say if it don't apply, let it fly. I like some Sonic games. I like some Pokemon games. I like Smash Bros too. I ain't none of that shit. I'm just saying where you're more likely to find them is in those communities. Now, why? That might be a video in itself. Might have to do a deep dive into why those games attract so many fucking creeps. I don't know why. But it doesn't mean you are, so let it fly. It is what it is. Shit. Yeah, pedos on the platform, let's add some gambling. Oh my fucking God, bro. Since we're talking about losers, let's talk about the grifter community. Before we're talking about predators, those fucking losers. Let's talk about losers on the other end of the spectrum, the grifter community. You remember when they said that Assassin's Creed was going to be a failure because of the black guy, Black Samurai? No, we can't. We need historical accuracy in our video games. Them niggas failed again. Assassin's Creed has exceeded expectations for Ubisoft. Mirage hits 10 million players. The Assassin's Creed series has exceeded Ubisoft's expectations for the latest quarter. The French publisher has confirmed while also providing updates on the success of the last 2 big games, Mirage and Shadows. In its latest earnings briefing, Ubisoft said the Assassin's Creed series overall posted a strong performance in the latest quarter, including sales of the newest game, Shadows, and the back catalog titles. The Assassin's Creed series had more than 211 million session days so far in 2025, which is about 35% higher than the average for the past 2 years, Ubisoft said. Ubisoft added that the recent launch of the new Game Plus mode for Shadows benefited the game, as did the Claws of Awaji expansion for Shadows. The publisher said the game now stands to reach a broader audience when it releases for the Switch 2 on December 2nd, running at 15 frames per second. Beyond Shadows, the rest of the Assassin's Creed back catalog also performed strongly, highlighting the strength of the franchise, Ubisoft said. I'm not reading the rest of this shit. If you're not following, because I feel like the grifters will try to take this information, be disingenuous with it. If you're wondering why they're not giving exact numbers, like they said 10 million players, it's kind of hard to, because they have the Ubisoft Plus series system or whatever. So I think the reason that you're finding, like with Game Pass and with Ubisoft, they're saying how many players there are, because you have people who bought it and then you also have people who played it via the subscription service or whatever. The bottom line is they said that there's more than, it's up 35% in terms of players. So people are interested in these games. They're playing them. I think Assassin's Creed Shadows was a disappointment still. It was like a 7.5, but it also wasn't as bad as like the grifters tried to make it out to be. And it just goes to show you that the internet is not a real place. They yap. It adds more context to what we were talking about earlier about how a lot of these accounts are being exposed as Nigerian, Indian, and Israeli accounts on Twitter. They just be yapping and causing division. It's not, these conversations are not real. Don't go back and forth with these Twitter bots, because at the end of the day, these games are still doing well. Ubisoft as a whole is still sucks. But at least Assassin's Creed is selling for them. What does my streaming schedule look like? By the way, happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. My streaming schedule, when I press go live, I don't have no schedule. I don't guarantee nothing. Because the moment I tell y'all niggas I'm gonna be live at 3 o'clock on this day, if I start at 3:01, see, this nigga fell off. He lied. I can't support this nigga, bro. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm good off that shit, man. I'm good off this. So I don't promise nothing. If you don't catch it, just follow the highlight channel. Follow, the TikTok or one of my mini pages. You'll catch it. You can watch the VOD. The VOD is on YouTube.com. Hokage HQ. So it is what it is. Getting DMs at 3 a.m. type shit, right? It's never that serious, man. But they be on that shit. It really is that serious. Matter of fact, I'll give you an example of what I mean. Like, people will find, and this is why I said you gotta be careful as a content. People will find any reason not to support you. They won't do the opposite, but they'll find any reason to not support you. And an example being is a few days ago, I don't know if y'all saw, there was a conversation like a week or two ago about the lack of black women streamers. This girl tweeted it out, and then she got fried on Twitter because people were like, oh, there's a ton, and they started tagging all these black women. So after that, they started another thread where they were just tagging black people, black creators as a whole, and I got tagged in one, and I got recommended, and somebody replied to that thread, and they said, I don't fuck with TBH. I almost replied to it, but I was like, I'm gonna leave this alone, because like I'm just mute him. He was like, he was cool, but he's like, I don't fuck with TBH anymore because he cried on stream, not on stream, but like in a video like a few years ago. Remember this? That was like 5 years ago. The Sad Kage podcast. He was saying basically he was upset at me because I made fun of streamers who cry on stream. And then I ended up doing it when I had a mental breakdown during COVID. I was talking to my girl about this shit. And he was like, I don't fuck with him anymore because he tried to backpedal on that shit. And I had said, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, it's crazy because I was like, I admitted I was wrong. You don't know what people are going through. But I was like, this is laughably weird. Like, nigga, you don't fuck with me anymore because I had a mental breakdown during COVID. And then I said I was wrong. Like, I don't understand. Like, because I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about. I don't backtrack on nothing, bro. I remember saying distinctly, if I ever cry on stream, you niggas can block and unfollow me, bro. Like, it's cool because I do be feeling like sometimes some content creators do be milking that shit. They be trying to get sympathy. But then again, on the opposite end of the spectrum, once I had my breakdown, I was like, you never know. You never know what people are going through. You said Hokage thoughts was goated, but that's beside the point. The point I was trying to make is people will follow. It's 100% real. People will try to find any reason not to support you. But I was like, that's one of the weirdest things I've ever. I was like, nigga, you're mad at me because I had a mental breakdown? I said I was wrong. What else you want me to do? But then I went and looked at his Twitter page, and his whole Twitter page was just like retweets of things about mental health. You could tell he takes it very seriously, and he took that shit to heart. I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna beg a nigga for forgiveness. I said, my bad, nigga. What you want me to do, bro? I'm not gonna lie, I respected that episode. I feel like most people did, but he didn't like that shit. He didn't like that I changed my mind. And that's why if you want to get into content creation, that's why I'm very careful with like my words, man. You could say something 10 years ago. That was 5 years ago, by the way. It's almost 6 now because we're inching towards December. That was almost 6 years ago. This nigga is mad at me about that shit still. You are not allowed to change your mind as a human being. Like, you're supposed to wake up and just be perfect. And that's why I said one of my favorite quotes I've seen on social media is, the worst thing about Gen Z, and what I'm about to say, if it don't apply, let it fly. But the worst thing about Gen Z is a lot of them would have not allowed Malcolm Little to become Malcolm X. I was like, that's a bar, bro. That's a fucking bar. I was like, damn. All the crazy shit I've said some crazy shit in videos, man. I've said some crazy shit in videos. I've said like, especially during them trolling days, all the fucked up shit I said, and I was like, that's what you're mad at me about? I had a mental breakdown. Y'all niggas is weird on the internet. So just some advice. This is why the world is stuck. Real shit. I ain't never ducked a fade or denied who I was. Contrary to what some people say, think GBH forgot who he was. No, I didn't. I grew up. I can acknowledge who I was while also moving on. Life is about moving on, guys. Keeping it moving. The world will keep spinning just because you choose not to. Whatever. We don't take that shit seriously. Huge respect and a massive W for you. That video, the accountability show, was dope as fuck. Yeah. It is what it is, man. Facts, that dude was pimping. Yes, Lord, grew up and took accountability and moved on, man. What else I got for y'all? Oh, on a more lighthearted note, we got some footage of the PS4 version of Black Ops 7. So if you want to see what's going on in the PS4 community, here we go. Got this for you. Is it muted? Oh.
It's insane. 7 on the PS4 is insane.
That shit fire, ain't it? I hate the movement. Hey, but the movement fire though, right? So if you wanted to get an idea what's going on in the PS4 community, there we go. Unrelated, but why is one of your TikToks in Serbian? Yeah, there was one that uploaded in Japanese as well. You know, it's funny. Me and my girl had a whole conversation about this the other day. So if you've seen it, so I'm focusing on like uploading more clips, just trying to get out there. And for some reason, there's a new bug on YouTube. So like I have an automation system set up to where like I schedule videos on YouTube, and then whatever posts to that YouTube, it auto reposts to my other platforms. For some reason, there's a new bug. When it uploads to certain areas, it changes the dub on my language. So there's a clip of me speaking in Japanese. There's one of me speaking in Ukrainian, one speaking in Serbian. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I left it up. I thought that shit was fucking funny, bro. Especially because it keeps my laugh. He said, in Japanese, he said, the gaming manata. You know the funny part is, this is what I was telling my girl. Because like my girl be feeling like y'all niggas be fucking glazing too much. I said, nah, I disagree. I was like, you just hate the niggas be clouting me up because I be right, because you want me to be humble. Fuck that shit. But I said, this is the one time where I feel like niggas was glazing me. And let me give you an example. Because if you go look at the comment section of the videos, fucking half the comments is like, yo, this nigga TBH is 10 steps ahead of the competition. This nigga uploading in Japanese and Spanish because he trying to appeal to a global market. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, it was a glitch. It's a total accident. I did not do that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why it's doing it. It did it today as well. I don't know why it's doing it, but that was not on purpose. That's insane. I was like, no, you kind of right on this one, but I was like, yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. I'm 10 steps ahead of these niggas, bro. You said, please drop the link. Let me see if I can find that shit. Let's go to the TikTok, the one that's in, I know there's a Japanese one on there. Let's see. He said, I'm going internet. He's like, yo, this nigga moving different. I ain't seen no content creator do this shit. It's a new feature on YouTube. They added like a month ago where it auto dubs into other languages, but I think it introduced a new glitch because I didn't activate that shit. It's just automatically going on. I know I was talking about a gaming monitor. Where is it at? It's one of the recent ones. Got to be somewhere around here. Yeah. Is this it? Oh, there it is.
知らない人のために言っておくけど、別に意地悪してるわけじゃないんだ。君たちの中にはこの話知らない人もいると思うんだ。モニターが 1080p30Hz って書いてあったら、60フレームも見えないだろ だから、お前らのクソモニターと違うんだよ。10年前じゃなくて、今のモニターを買えよ。ベストバイとかで80ドルとかの小さなモニターを買えば節約できるのはわかるけど、それなりの値段がするんだ。ベストバイとかターゲットとかに行けば、80ドルとか100ドルとかの小さなモニターが置いてあって、このモニター 1080p も出るんだって言われて、こっちは、おう、これ最高って思う。ヘルツも見なきゃダメだよ。ゲーミングモニターに詳しくない人は、ヘルツも高いか確認してね。
Watch at the end, it keeps my laugh though.
で 144Hz とか、ヘルツが高いと、そのクソゲーは高くなる。だからね、ヘルツが低ければ、グラフィックの違いがわからないんだ。おい、これはひどい。カクカクする。10年もモニターを更新してないなら、ぜひ更新して。
Y'all like that shit? I had niggas in the comments typing in Japanese and Ukrainian and shit. Hold up. Am I tripping? Japan is getting elite ball knowledge. You said, huh? Bro hitting different markets. Bro's trying to expand his fan base. Like, these niggas thought I did this shit on purpose, bro. It's a glitch. So, hey, if you're a content creator and you're uploading, don't be surprised if your videos is just in another language for fucking another reason, bro. It's coming from YouTube, I'm pretty sure. Oh, man. I mean, I thought my app broke. If Japan won World War II, I thought that shit was funny, bro. He said, facts, bro. I completely agree. This shit had me crack. You see, he typed in Japanese right here. I was thinking about it. I was trying to figure it out last night. I don't know how to activate this shit. If I can figure out how to activate the Spanish dub, I might do that because niggas think I'm Dominican. Just every once in a while, upload some clips in Spanish, try to get that Latin American market. That shit had me cracking up, bro. The real Hokage bringing all the people together. The gaming monata. Click the gear on YouTube. That laugh sounded like the old man from Proud Family. The Spanish one will have me dying. So don't be, hey, mind your business. If I do start uploading in Spanish, mind your fucking business, man. That's one cool thing that they added to YouTube, but I think it implemented a new bit. But understand, I didn't do that on purpose. So yeah, that's a little joke that happened this past weekend. Some good news. Battlefield 6, it's going free. Free weekend right after the Call of Duty launch. Black Ops 7 launched a few weeks ago and was met with heavy criticism from both players and critics, so much that it quickly became the franchise's worst launch on Steam, even leading to refunds after the use of undisclosed AI-generated materials came to light. Now it seems EA wants to take advantage of the moment to highlight its own military shooter competitor BF6. Well, no pain, no gain. Man, let's just get to it. When is it supposed to be? In order to celebrate the arrival of EA announced the game will be free to play for an entire week on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC from November 25th, which is tomorrow because today's the 24th, to December 2nd. So if you have any interest in trying out the full Battlefield experience starting tomorrow, you will be able to play it for free up till December 2nd. And it's also on sale as well. I believe it's like 20% off or something like that, 10 or 20. So yeah. Just wanted to put that out there. Nothing else to really say about that. It says you're on Battlefield 6. Oh, shit. Let me change it to... Oh, yeah, it does. Let me change it to just chatting. To just chatting. Come on, bro. Pop up. Just... And the category is not popping up. I'm going to have to do it on Twitter. That's one thing. The meld thing is kind of slow to respond on that. Battlefield smells blood in the water, and they on the attack as they should. Go on the offense. This is 60 on console. Go get that shit. Yeah, so it's $10 off basically. Creator dashboard. Let's see. Stream manager. Let's see. Sounds good. Enter. Let me change it to just chatting. All right, it should say just chatting. Battlefield 6 is the best marking. It wasn't from EA, it was from COD fucking up. To be fair, it was a good game though. I mean, it is. I'm still playing. I was playing it last night. What else I got for you guys? Not that one, but this one. Close it. So Battlefield's free. Oh, more Assassin's Creed. Like I said, slow news day. Assassin's Creed gets the strangest Thanksgiving crossover with Attack on Titan event. In a strange crossover that surely wasn't on our bingo cards, Ubisoft has announced an in-game crossover event between Assassin's Creed Shadows and Attack on Titan because the war between Marley and, I don't know, I forgot how to pronounce that, just screams holiday season. The event, which runs from November 25th to the 22nd of December, also comes with free additional story content for Shadows. Yo, what the fuck is this game, bro? A strange encounter draws Naue and Yasuke into a new quest where whispers of forbidden rituals and monstrous transformations echo through the shadows. So what are they trying to say? The origins of the fucking Titans come from feudal Japan? Ubisoft says in a new release, a strangely garbed woman named Ada tasked Naue and Yasuke with adventuring into the Crystal Cave, a key location from Attack on Titan, to save her friend from the clandestine cult. The quest line focuses on strange experimentations from a monstrous enemy. Do they have a trailer for this? No? No trailer? Oh, that is a trailer. What the fuck am I looking at? Yeah, I seen this. Is low-key weird. Who asked? This is like the Final Fantasy crossover. Like, who asked for
this? We call them Titans. A monster that wields death on a scale you've never seen. We must rescue Godwin before Albrecht and his fanatics force him to shift and destroy everything you've ever known.
So the Templars, So the Templars were responsible for the fucking Titans. That's what I'm getting out of this. And we got to stop the Templars before Eren Yeager finds the shit. Oh my God.
And if Godwin succumbs, they'll have a Titan.
That's the shot. Be honest, chat. Are y'all playing this shit? What the fuck? I don't. What the fuck was that? Like, I don't even know what that was. Okay, I guess. Like, is it free? That's a good question. I don't know. If it's free, maybe I'll try it. But did they say if it's free or not? I don't see nothing about free. The event, which runs from the 25th to the 22nd, also. Oh, yeah, it comes with free additional story content. So yeah, it's free. It's random as fuck, bruh. Maybe I'll try it. I didn't even beat the base game yet. That's just fucking funny, bruh. Yeah, it's free. So November 25th, tomorrow it comes out. You have been made aware. What did I watch? I don't know, man. And then last but not least, Xbox announced a crossover with Crocs. Why is the image not loading? Fucking fix your website, Elon. There we go. Oh my God. Let me just fucking Elon Musk, man. Step into gaming history, limited edition Crocs with the Xbox logo for an extra $100,000. The Xbox Crocs are already available to wishlist on the Crocs website, with sizes listed for men's 4 to 13 and women's 6 to 12. The Crocs are listed at $80 and go on sale tomorrow, the 25th. If anybody wants to cop it, there you go. Get you some. They have more Crocs than games, I guess. Yeah, the X Crocs, man. Who's getting the X Crocs? I'm putting it in the chat. There you go. I'm not paying $80 for this shit. For an Xbox logo. Does it come with a gamer mode? Makes your hands less sweaty or some shit. Let's go in the sub box. Does it come with some gamer goo? Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. It costs nothing. Switch to my main account. $80 games to $80 Crocs. They done lost their damn mind. Of Ash and Steel official launch trailer. I don't know this game. Grime 2 official demo gameplay trailer. What's Grime 2? Da da dee da 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 dee dee. 1 second. See Fortnite, Rune Dice. I'm good off that. Big books coming out this week. Big comic books. Tommy Gunn's Frag announcement trailer. Under His Eyes official demo trailer. Lucid official release window. I don't know why those links aren't clickable right now. Perfect timing. They say AP on my wrist. AP bust down on my wrist. Perfect timing. Fatal Fury 35th edition. Black Ops 7. Don't care. I only got my Static Batman comic today. Hey. Sent a link about Dust Bloods. It's not clickable. I can't, for some reason. It's crazy because the last stream I could click the link and now I can't. What the fuck? Oh, wait. Is that it? Should work now. Let me see. Copy and paste it. Rumor From Software has spent more time honing the Dust Bloods gameplay than any other title in history. Interesting. A Chinese journalist famously leaked legitimate info about Elden Rings prior to the game release, and the same journalist is back with some inside info on the Dustbloods. Here's what they had to say on the upcoming Switch 2 exclusive. Been in development since 2019. From Software has spent more time developing... Where's my music at? Developing the gameplay for the Dustbloods than any other title. The Dustbloods was greenlit even earlier than the marketing period for Sekiro's release. The game reportedly contains many innovative elements. The dev team are very proud of their work on the title. The journalist speculates that the Dustbloods gameplay is so innovative that it might influence future developers. Yo, shout out to the only Mox with the super chat. He said was good. Just wanted to correct you on the last Ronin. The movie was going to be the same tone. A new live action movie will be like Sonic. So wait, it's still coming? Is that what you're saying? What did I think of the Metroid Prime 4 gameplay? I don't think that's a reason to buy a Switch 2, but whenever I do get a Switch 2, that'll probably be the game that I pick up alongside Donkey Kong, but it doesn't make me want to. This is the game that's going to make me get one. It's no surprise that Dustbloods has been in development for quite some time, as we've learned a few months back that From Software was actually originally planning the game on the Switch. There's no doubt that the horsepower of the Switch 2 has helped the team achieve even bigger goals, and hopefully we get an update on their progress in the near future. That's cap as fuck, bro. There's no doubt the horsepower of the Switch 2 helped them achieve even bigger goals. From my understanding, the Switch 2 is about on par with the PS4 Pro. Elden Ring came out in fucking 2022, and that was what are you talking about, dude? He's yapping. I would take this with a grain of salt. This is hearsay. I hope this is true though. I hope this is the reason, like, and you know what? I feel like it's believable because this game is going to be exclusive to the Switch 2, which has a smaller install base due to the fact that it is a new platform. They do need to hunker down and tweak the gameplay and make sure this is a really fun experience, because it's stuck on one platform. It has to be so good that when the reviews drop, people are like, damn, I need to buy a Switch 2 for this. So I could believe this, but it is hearsay. We don't know. I hope it's true. And I'm curious what those innovative features would be. I don't know. I don't have that developer brain, so I don't know what the fuck it could be. But if there's any team that could do it, it's From Software. It's From Software, man. Need to use the ring fit to run from the enemy? Nah. Hell nah. All right, Ash and Steel official launch trailer. Yeah, this shit do look hella ashy.
As soon as Ratwall seized power, he began bending everyone to his will. Mines started closing. There's one that's still open, but the miners there are getting screwed over big time. These days, the Order is just a shadow of its former self. The Freemen are doing things their own way. Their arrows are faster than their words. That power is...
Next. Grime 2. Demo trailer. Yeah, I saw the Attack on Titan collab. I just showed it. Oh, there's some medieval shit. That's okay. Not my cup of tea, though. Not my cup of tea. Let's see here. Tommy Guns Frag. This definitely looks like it's designed to appeal to Call of Duty players. This looks like a game where like you had to play on a web browser when you couldn't afford Call of Duty, like it's built off Roblox or some shit. You got Call of Duty at home. Yeah, Combat Arms. Cronker.io. Combat Arms HD. Are you a gamer on a budget? Yeah, Full Sail University Call of Duty. We're not playing it. Under His Eyes. This is just someone's final project for school. Yeah, this is a note too. We about to get on the game chat.
Long ago,
The sun uncoiled.
Avatar ass
Descending
intro.
from the heavens, it struck the lucid giant. Fragmented and maimed, the land of Aiden decayed. Yet
You said, man,
all
skip this
is
shit
not
too.
Lost. The shards of Ilo still yearn to be whole. For harmony.
I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm gonna play this shit, chat. I'm gonna stop. There must have been like an event today where they announced a bunch of like games. Solo leveling Arise Overdrive. This got a video game. Keys of Fury typing action. Yeah, there's the Assassin's Creed joint. PlayStation VR 2. Don't nobody want this shit, bruh.
This is the tale of my rebellion and your beginning. If I give
Can I say when it comes to solo leveling, I'm actually caught up on the show. I watched the 2 seasons that came out. I actually really enjoyed the first season, and then I got to the end of the second season and I said, you know what? I realized I don't like this show. Like, and I'm mad because I watched so much of this shit, bruh. Because I realized, I was like, yo, this is Plot Armor, the TV show. It has no depth to it. So like the first season is cool. And then the second season, I was like, yo, this nigga just, whenever he's about to lose a fight, he gets on a miraculous power up, bruh. Yeah, I feel like it's the most brain dead ass anime that leans on like style and aura farming and just art. You won't say that, but you watch One Piece. Well, people was hyping this shit up. You should watch it. I didn't like it. I started an anime this weekend. I kind of like it. It's okay. What is it called? On it. Like some blood. It's an anime. Niggas is bloodbenders in that shit. The Oni versus the Momotaku or some shit. What's that shit called? This shit mad Japanese. It's alright. Let me see. I'm about to open my shit up. It's like Togen Anki. Yeah. Is that how you pronounce it? Togen Anki? That one's okay. It's like a 7. It's okay. They played it. Did they play it off stream?
I need to see where I stand right now.
Have you seen Gachikuta? The Uchiguchi anime? I seen it on Crunchyroll. I was thinking about watching it because only 2 episodes are out, but I didn't watch it. Is it good?
I am the monarch of shadow.
I saw it was recommended to me by Crunchyroll. I know what y'all talking about.
Death and repose.
How you pronounce that shit? Gachikuchi? Bruh, that shit is nerdy as G-Man, did you watch the Gachikuchi? Like, oh, what the fuck? That shit is nerdy as hell, nigga. Oh hell no. Why is this trailer so ashy? Why is it in 144p? It's the blackest non-anime. Even this game looks brain dead, bro. It looks like anime Dynasty Warriors. What is this? Oh, this is the typing game. I ain't gonna hold you. I like typing games. If this is on a Steam sale, I might cop this. What the? This is the type of game you give your kids to teach them how to type, so they're ready for the workplace, so they can type without looking at their keyboard. Because some of y'all grown ass men in here can't type without looking at the keyboard. Type just like how you read. The dog went to the park. It's a W game. I'm not gonna lie, I would cop this if it's like $10. Shout out to Keys of Fury. That's actually a fire name. They should get rid of typing action. Just call it Keys of Fury. That's actually a fire name. Typing with 2 fingers. That's cool. Yeah, I'm getting on the game, bro. Australia did it? What the fuck? What did Australia do?